The first one that I really love what's happening, where our young people are actually deciding they don't want to go and work for corporate. They don't want to be leaders. They actually want to create their own businesses and allow their true passions to come across. So one, we need to be very careful. Larger companies need to be very careful because now our young people are not interested in the corporate setups that we have. And I think that's going to change the entire dynamic of the industry because they want their own businesses because they want the freedom to be able to do the things that they feel is right. And that's going to challenge everything. And then when you come down to the individuals, what will happen? What what I would think would happen is that it would be similar to the Industrial Revolution, where right now you're given a choice to actually learn freely, get engaged, and things like that. Soon it's going to be forced upon you. So you won't be able to get a job unless they can test your AI aptitude. You won't be able to engage in certain discussions because this certificate or something is going to be required. I think that we're getting to a place where people will not have much of a choice to stay the way that they are, and they're not going to like the forced way of improving. Think about it from the healthcare perspective. How many things do they force us to do first before we can actually get the services that we want? So imagine you are on a healthcare plan and it's going to require you to share the conditions that you have and share your lifestyle and share all of these things in order to actually get healthcare. I see the same thing happening now when it comes to certain areas of technology that is going to be a forced thing. Right now, you're learning and you have the freedom to learn. I think that eventually companies who want to pay you, they're going to require certain things. And I don't think it's going to be having a full degree. I don't have anything wrong with getting degrees. I think that is important that you learn how to structurally grow and mature, meet people, and know how to learn and have some rigor to how you're being trained. But I think the entire educational system is going to change. I think that everybody will be able to have personalized learning, the way that they learn, and it will even include cultural things that make it easy for you to actually pick up and learn because we're able to tailor these things personally to you. So, last question, humans and robots, where do you see us? How do we fit into this picture? The way that I know that we fit into this picture is all the things that robots can't do. So, they don't have empathy. Empathy drives everything that we do. And if you go to any of the sci-fi movies, they'll tell you like they pretty much can implement anything, but they cannot manage empathy. They can fake it, try our best to train it to have empathy, but it won't have empathy. Then number two, a lot of the things that we create, like we created the AI, we created the robots, right? And yes, at some point they're going to be able to reproduce after themselves, but a human way of creating doesn't require prior knowledge. Think about that. And what I mean by prior knowledge, it doesn't require a domain expertise in this one area in order for me to build something in that area. There are mothers who have done more inventions for society than any other place. And you know how they were able to do it? Is because they were a mom. And having that experience as a mom helped them solve problems for moms. So no matter what you give a robot and no matter how much information you give it, it's never going to have the same innovation that a mom has. And that's what humans, in my opinion, bring to the table. I think everything gets cheaper with robots, but that's because it's going to use stale data. Humans will take in new data, adapt, collect information from other places, know how much information is enough in order for them to innovate, whereas a machine would never be able to do that. So, my prediction, we will pay less for anything that's robotic. We will pay extraordinarily more for those who can actually think and innovate based off of their human essence.
I love that. That is, you gotta be good at your game, at what you do, human level perspective, being able to harness other perspectives because now AI makes that knowledge easier and cheaper, table stakes for you to get. Um, and those who level up, we're gonna charge way more as well. There'll be the premium, there'll be the untouchable folks. I am going away with three things. One thing, the word freedom. It's you left corporate, I left corporate to go build something because we had built something financially and career wise that we said we are now going to a lifestyle where we have bought ourselves freedom from trying to work in corporate and trying to go build something. And this is the same thing that you will buy yourself freedom by
Mm,
being fluent with AI now, because it can give you freedom away from the traditional work structures. It will also
absolutely.
give you freedom away from the kind of risks that we can't even anticipate, that black swan events that happen, right? Something crashes, something happens in the market, something happens with AI globally, but you are already ahead of it. So it buys you freedom. It gives you freedom of time, but it also buys you freedom for the future. Do, degrees, there's no issue with degrees. The issue is when the degree granting institutions started forgetting that they are educating and they went from degrees to just pedigree. And if you are just focused on pedigree and getting credential but not the actual learning,
Learning.
right?
Yeah.
I think that you're going to have new levels of pedigree now where the real people were transforming, like Geralds of the world, helping, executives, like mid-career folks as well, around how do you stand out and people trust you and they're like, okay, this is the gold standard. You become that. The pedigree is based on the honest human transformation that you're
Absolutely.
driving.